processed onto sheets of paper which must have been falling like leaves off the desk. I mean, this is a massive undertaking, this book. Well, I've been fascinated by whales ever since I was a little boy, so I really actually, my interest in Moby Dick was bound up with my sort of childhood obsession. And in the year 2000, I saw my own sort of first whale in the wild off the waters of Cape Cod, and a 50-foot, 50-ton humpback whale leapt up in front of me, in front of the boat, and it seemed like a kind of omen, a kind of challenge. So I decided I'd like to write about whales.
Yes, so I hadn't read Moby Dick when Philip announced he was going to write a book about whales, but we had collaborated on films in the past, and I'm a great admirer of his writing. And I've made quite a number of films about writers of various kinds, living and dead, so this was an opportunity to work with him again, but also to work with a writer who was in the course of writing what I knew was going to be and has subsequently proved to be, because it's just won a huge prize in Britain and is very, very successful. A fascinating and wonderfully written account which combines the things that Philip as a writer can combine, which are, in this instance, natural history about whales and their lore and their biology and their history, and Melville's Moby Dick, this incredible masterpiece, from a literary point of view. So he's able to span this gamut of incredibly wide range, and that was very challenging. But then the challenge for us was to make it, animate the film, and so we decided, that would be the challenge, and we would go to the places in America, on the east coast of America, that inspired Melville, where a lot of the action in Moby Dick takes place and where a lot of American whaling took place, and that's what we did. And we took our time to do it. We took about 3 or 4 years over, in entirety to make this film, and that's a very unusual thing, and I think it was very, exciting and enjoyable and inspiring, and I think the film's worked in a very interesting way.
The challenge of writing about someone else's book is you always you're living in awe, really, of what is probably the greatest American novel ever written. Certainly Moby Dick is. And so that was very challenging, but also was the challenge for me to take a modern look at the issues that Melville deals with in Moby Dick. And these are issues beyond the natural world. They're issues about the way man relates to nature, but the way man relates to his own morality as well. And that's something we very much explore in the film. My book is more wide-ranging in the film in that I explore the nature and notion of the whale in a wider aspect. But in the film, we very much focus on the whale through the lens of Melville's book. Well, that's such a funny question, because Moby Dick fights with another book for me, which is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, which just so happens to be the book that Adam is making a film about now. So that's a very funny question.